Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for March 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. Also, be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, Gemini, now, let's begin. Tapping into the Gemini collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Gemini not see coming for March 2026? What do they need to know for March? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, Gemini, you have Justice. In the top row, you have Strength. You have Queen of Pentacles. And you have Death. Flanking Justice is the Seven of Cups and the Chariot, and in the bottom row you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Magician. Sneak peek now into April. Can't believe I'm saying April. We have Queen of Wands, we have Eight of Wands, and we have Queen of Swords. Look at you, whether you're masculine or feminine, and that leaves the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and Judgment to the Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's begin to clarify this now using the After Tarot deck. The images in this deck are different, and so are the meanings, but we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. All right, let's clarify this here now for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for March 2026. We are clarifying Strength, Queen of Pentacles, Death, Seven of Cups, Justice, the Chariot, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Magician for the Gemini collective. Let's get one more shuffle here. Okay, thank you. Strength is clarified by the Sun. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by Page of Wands. Death is clarified by Ace of Swords. Seven of Cups is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Justice is clarified by Temperance. The Chariot is clarified by the Seven of Cups. The Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Wands. And the Magician is clarified by the Seven of Swords. Sneak peek now again into April. We have the Empress, we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. That leaves the Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Moon card here at the bottom of the deck. All right, Gemini, overall energy for the month of March, Justice to Temperance. Something is balancing out here in your life now. It could just be you in terms of your emotions, or maybe you have been overstimulated mentally, like over-processing things, overthinking things. So we'll see how this reading goes. I feel like it's general, to be quite honest with you. So it seems like on the emotional level, the mental, maybe even the spiritual, could be financial as well. Things are just kind of balancing out here in the Gemini collective, finally, right? And but that's the overwhelming feeling here. There's a little divine intervention here at play with the universe saying, okay, like enough, because Justice to Temperance are both major arcana cards. And in tarot, I always look at the minor arcana cards as that's you and I, right? How we react to things, what other individuals are doing to us, et cetera, et cetera. And I look at the major arcana cards typically as the divine or as a universe. And sometimes we co-create with them to create that. And other times it's just them sort of intervening. And I feel like with that Temperance card, it's a little bit of both. I feel like it's us here, but then with that other cup up to the heavens. So I just feel like there's almost like an agreement here, kind of like an unspoken agreement between the Gemini collective and universe saying enough already, time to kind of balance things out for the Gemini collective again. And I feel like that's across the board here, emotionally, mentally, as well as financially. Top row, you have the Sun to the Strength card, Page of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords to the Death card. We're obviously going to clarify that Death card, but I like what I'm seeing here in terms of energy, right? Strength to the Sun card, that's powerful Leo energy. This is giving me the feeling of I am persevering and I am overcoming these past challenges. Again, whether emotional, psychological, or financial, the feeling here is I have been triumphant over these. So I think overall the month of March is going to be a lot better for the Gemini collective. We have the Queen of Pentacles to the Page of Wands. You are exploring here a new financial opportunity or some way to either take the money you have and have it create more money. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but for some of you in the month of March, if that's your thing, then you very well could be discovering here some new ways on how to invest your current financial resources. Again, for those of you who are active investors, or maybe have a 401k plan or something like that. For others of you, that Queen of Pentacles to the Page of Wands is discovering ways on how to make some new money or some new financial opportunities for yourself. There is something here that is coming to an end for the Gemini collective in the month of March, but death, and I forgot what other sign I was saying this to, whether we're looking at it in our real 3D world, and I'm certainly not saying anyone here is dying in the month of March, but I was saying this to one of the other signs. When we look at death in the real world, it typically is a slow process, right? Even when we unfortunately see someone who passes away, quote unquote, suddenly from like a heart attack, it really wasn't all that suddenly. Like it was to us on the exterior, but interior, the person probably had some level or degree, right, of coronary disease that maybe they didn't know about, or they weren't taking care of, or something like that, or the efforts that they were putting towards taking care of it just weren't prosperous, right? Didn't have a positive result. So death in our everyday world tends to be a drawn out process, if you will. That transformation for me occurs the same way in tarot. So there's something here that has been ending for quite some time. Could be a connection for some of you, for others of you. It could be something that you have been doing financially. But again, it's been a slow process. And with that Ace of Swords, it's like you're seeing now or understanding now why that had to come to an end or why it is currently ending. Flanking Justice to Temperance, we have the Seven of Cups to the Four of Pentacles, and then on the other side, you have the Chariot to the Seven of Cups. This is really interesting. I think you're letting go of something or someone who's been in your life for quite some time. And it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a lover. And if it's not an actual person, then it's something that you've been doing. Now, for those of you who've been on my channel for quite some time, thank you very much. And you'll know that I did try this pilot membership program here on YouTube. I thought this is a great way to get more messages to the collective, maybe boost some income here for myself as well. But as I was drawing near to that 3-month period, I went, you know what, this is not working out. I'm producing 48 videos a month. And if I divide it by the time that I'm investing, I'm making literally like half of minimum wage here in the United States. So I was like, that's really a no-go for me. I would rather invest my time into doing something else, right? So again, that would have been a slow process for me, right? Over the course of the 3 months, I'm watching the analytics and the numbers and going, I don't think this is going to pan out. I still gave it my all. I put out those 144 readings for members, but it just, at the end of the day, financially, because so much is taken by YouTube and also by state and federal government, it was literally leaving me at the $4 or $5 mark. And I was like, I can't put in 100 hours of work for that kind of money. It just didn't seem fair for me. So again, person, place, or thing, or like I said, like in my case, I'm a Gemini sun, that would be something for me that is like really finalizing and coming to an end in the month of March, although I started a little bit earlier now in the last week of February. So there is something here that maybe you were confused about, you were holding on, you were trying to make a go of it, or you're trying to make it work. But with that Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, something we've been holding on to, again, we were confused about, we weren't quite sure if it was going to work out. The Four of Pentacles here is met by the Grim Reaper, if you will. And so it is phasing out of our life, or it's coming to an end, or like me, you've made the decision after, you know, several months of watching something and deciding it's really time to let it go. On the other side of that, we have Justice to the Ace of Cups. The reason why I'm calling it the Ace of Cups, even though it's the Seven of Cups, is because in the After Tarot deck, the individual is holding the Ace of Cups. They're leaving 6 cups on the shelf. Something that they were doing in the past or engaging with in the past. Again, situation, environment, connection. Could even be a thought process for some of you. Could be a habit as well. Okay, let's not rule that off the table also. So maybe in the past you were a smoker, or you were like me, you ate too many sweets. Something like that you are letting go of. Okay, so again, it was a slow process. It took you a while to get to that point, say, I'm going to quit this or give up on this, but you are moving towards the new quite rapidly in the Chariot card. This is very much like a feel-good energy. So you're definitely closing something out here. Again, situation, environment, connection, mindset, pattern, habit, and you're moving towards something new, and you're feeling really good. I mean, Three of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups, you're actively working on the new. So it's possible for some of you, you've been healing from a romantic partnership that closed out in your life, and now in the month of March, you are already in a new relationship, or you are meeting someone new. Again, we're going to clarify that Ace of Cups for you. Perhaps you are in a relationship, I should say, present tense. You are in a relationship. There have been some hiccups. You weren't quite sure if you wanted to move forward with it or not. This could be you choosing to either exit that connection or to stay in it and renew it in some way. I don't feel like this is a heartbreaking ending for you. I don't think this is something you're crying over, because the cards here are way too positive. We figured out something's no longer working here for us over a long stretch of time, and so we're deciding to end it or move on from it, and we're moving towards something else. And it's adding to our overall stability. Page of Pentacles to the Four of Wands. So again, we're actively engaging, actively working on the new. And this is feeling like, I don't know, like a restoration of stability. Again, I go right back to that feeling of, I don't want to say all is well, but everything seems fairly balanced. the Magician to the Seven of Swords. This is where things take a little bit of a turn, but not in a negative way, because in the After Tarot deck, the Seven of Swords is someone who does not want to repeat a past mistake, or at least is hoping not to repeat a past mistake. The individual is moving forward, and we see that with the chariot also, right? Moving forward, but they are looking back. And as they're looking back, there is a rope here that they may just step into. They're not fully stepping into it, so the possibility is there. I feel like this is you. That Magician to the Seven of Swords is like, okay, I've decided to leave this behind, and I'm moving forward, but you're doing so cautiously, I want to say. It's like that manifestation to the Seven of Swords in this deck. It's almost like, I don't want to manifest a mistake. I don't want to manifest a past mistake. So there's something here that's brewing, something here that's new, but you're like, I'm not fully sure if I want to manifest this just yet, because I don't know how confident I am in it. So again, just using myself as an example, and this is not certainly not something I'm thinking of at this time, but let's say I closed out that membership program. I know a lot of you emailed me and contacted me and even left comments saying, well, maybe you should try Patreon, and because they take out less money. I don't see myself doing that at this time, but you know, this is a predictive reading. So maybe in the month of March, that's something I'm deciding to look into, right? With that Page of Pentacles. I'm not fully invested in it. Maybe I'm just going to kind of feel it out, contact them, get some information, look over those terms and conditions. And then it's like, I'm really not sure if I want to manifest that moving forward, because I don't want to make the same mistake that I made last time when I opened up that membership program on YouTube. So again, not making the reading about me, just using me as an example to give you an idea. This feels like I want to manifest a new, but I'm not 100% what that new actually is, because the last time I manifested something, it really didn't work out for me. However, in April, this takes a very different turn, because in April, whatever it is here that you either are acquiring more information on, or maybe you're getting to know this person, again, or it could be work related. We're going to clarify some of these cards. You're fully moving towards it. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. I mean, this is big, because the queens for me exist in the present based upon their past experiences. And that Eight of Wands tells me you're charging forward. So again, that Chariot to the Ace of Cups, you're like, yep, I think I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to start working on it. Let me acquire some more information. I'm not 100% sold. It's kind of like, let me sit on this for a minute. And then in April, you're like, yep, based upon my past experiences and all the information that I have collected, I'm now choosing to move forward with blank. And whatever that blank is going to be different for all of you. We're going to clarify and see if we can find out what that is. But even in the After Tarot deck, you have the Empress, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, you're freed, again, from all of the mental processing of, I don't know if I want to move towards a new, I'm not sure. The Empress here is choosing to nurture this. And the Seven of Pentacles, Six Pentacles are on the tree. The Ace of Pentacles is planted. You are now, you're nurturing the new here. And I think for a lot of you, this could be financial related, but let's clarify and see if we can fine-tune this message a little bit for you. So in that first row, Strength of the Sun card, feeling good, feeling balanced, feeling like you overcame a difficult period in your life. Queen of Pentacles to the Page of Wands. There's something here in respect to long-term investment that you are acquiring some information on. So let's clarify that first. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about that Queen of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, you have the Lover. So here's the choice point here for you, Gemini. Tell me more about that Page of Wands. So it's like the communication, offer, opportunity comes in. Again, could be an idea, because the Page of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands. We have the Lovers again. So this is going to be a big choice for you here in the month of March. Ace of Wands. Didn't I just say that? I said the Page of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands. And then you have the Six of Swords. I like this. Bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Wands. Again, it's that feeling of like, I have overcome a lot. You're feeling good. You have a choice here in the month of March to move forward in a new direction. What that new direction is going to be, different for all of you. But it is a new, either passionate or creative new beginning. I'm not getting people cards here in terms of it actually being a person, but it's possible for some of you that Ace of Cups is a new love partner. We're going to clarify it more in a second. But I'm seeing that, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think this is so much a choice that someone is giving you, or like an opportunity that someone is giving you. This seems to be an Ace of Wands, a creative spark within you. You're choosing to move forward. Remember what I said about the queens, right? The queens exist presently based upon their past experiences. And then that would mean for me that the kings are taking action. So you are taking action here to transform your life in some way in the month of March. And I do think it, because I have the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I do feel it's financial. So you could be starting a new job, beginning to inquire on a new place of employment, keeping the job you have, but starting a side gig. There's something here that is piquing your interest in that Ace of Wands. You are discovering more information on how you can move forward to generate this revenue for yourself. So I think for a lot of you, this is financial. It's a decision here that you'll need to make. There you go. The Lovers, the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Like, do you want to move forward? Again, could be a financial investment, a new job opportunity, changing up your business for those of you who are business owners, or maybe even learning something new that you hope in the future will generate some type of financial wealth for you or supplemental income. So I had a feeling this was more of a financial read. However, we do have that Death card to the Ace of Swords, and I do feel like something here is ending. Again, the diet, an exercise regimen, a thought process, situation, environment, or connection. Tell me about the Death card here for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. Death is being clarified by the Star, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. You're moving towards something new here, this new financial opportunity. Even though you're internally conflicted about it. Isn't that interesting? A Gemini internally conflicted about something? Say it isn't so. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. Way too many cards, but I did see that Three of Pentacles. I have the Eight of Cups, and I have the Two of Wands. I have a group of you where you are specifically leaving one job for another. So if you're a Gemini and you're not currently happy with your place of employment, it looks like in the month of March, I'm not saying you're getting fired. I don't see that here. I see you making the active choice to either seek out another place of employment. If you have been doing that, by the way, that's a new job opportunity. For others of you, you haven't done it yet, but you're going to start putting out the feelers for a new opportunity. And then I have a third group of you, you're not happy where you currently are at work, but it looks like you're going to start learning something new, whether you're going to go to school or, take a skill that you put on the back burner and you're like, this is the time that I'm really going to nose to the grindstone. I'm going to learn it this time. I'm going to get serious. I feel like this is financial related. So if you're out of work, Gemini, and you've been putting in the effort, this is a new job opportunity. You're going to have to make a choice about whether or not you want to accept it. If you're currently at a job, Gemini, and you're not happy, if you make the choice to put out some feelers, it looks like you do have a job opportunity. And for those of you who are employed either by someone else or maybe you're, an independent owner or you're self-employed, there is a new creative financial idea that you have in the month of March, and you too are making a decision here to move forward with it. Tell me more about that Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Because it's like we take the opportunity or the idea, it's a wand, right? And then we're turning it into a pentacle here. Queen of Swords, there you are, whether you're masculine or feminine. Knight of Wands, you're moving towards it. Yep, and the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. Whatever this new opportunity is, you see it as being like financially healing to you. And I say that because the Three of Swords, the swords are out of the heart, and the heart is wrapped up. It is healing. This is most definitely for, and then the Nine of Pentacles here, Seven of Pentacles here. This is without a doubt, at least that top row, is without a doubt of financial reading for the Gemini collective. New opportunity coming in, either being offered to you, one that you are exploring yourself or creating for yourself. And then it looks like you're deciding to move forward because you wholeheartedly believe that whatever that opportunity is, it will help to heal your financial difficulties or your financial worries. Seven of Cups to that Four of Pentacles. You're moving on from a state of confusion. What was that confusion all about? Moving on from a state of confusion, and then you're moving forward towards something new. Tell me about that Seven of Cups. What was that confusion here for Gemini? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Cups. Oh, look at that. Three of Swords in the reverse. The Nine of Swords and the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have a Page of Cups. Tell me about that Four of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the High Priestess, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. If you are a Gemini, whether you're single or partnered, a little bit irrelevant, and I don't know if this is particularly love-related, whether it is with a professional, like an associate, your boss, an employee, a friend, a family member, or a lover, if prior to March you had some issues with this individual and there was anything heartbreaking that occurred, or maybe some arguments or some disagreements or a setback in the connection, it looks like there is an apology. You are healing from the wounds. Now, sometimes we accept apologies, but we don't accept the people back, and you're welcome to do that. But there's a particular connection here in your life that up until March, there was a little bit confusion about what transpired between you and this person, and it looks like they are coming in and offering you with an opportunity. It does enable you to heal that wound. Again, whether or not you want to take this person back or not, or continue to engage with a friend or whatever, is completely up to you. But there is an apology here coming to you from someone. You seem very standoffish, so maybe you're not expecting it, or it's one of those deals where you're like accepting the apology but not fully engaging with the person again. Again, that's going to be different for all of you, but someone is coming in with an apology. It does clear up the confusion of whatever occurred between you and them in the past. Chariot to the Seven of Cups, but I called it the Ace of Cups because that's what this person is holding. So let's clarify this now. Three of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. What is Gemini working on here in the month of March? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. Clarify that Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups is clarified by Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles again. Bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. Really interesting. So despite whatever has transpired between you and this individual, you're not 100% sure of whether or not you can fully accept their apology. I get the feeling that whoever this is, there's number one, a lot of remorse and regret on this person's part, okay, because of whatever transpired between you and them. This is giving me the feeling of like you're accepting their apology, but you're not fully engaging with them again like you used to. And again, I don't know who this person is to you, but this is like they're offering you this apology and you're like, okay, I see your apology. Thank you. I need to get back to work now. I know that sounds really mean because that Queen of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. This is like, okay, thank you. I need to get back to this new opportunity that I've been working on. So you're a little cold here, Gemini, to be quite honest with you. It looks like someone is trying to offer you an expression of remorse over something that transpired between you and them, and you're not even fully accepting it. I got to be honest. I'm sorry, cross-watcher. And please don't allow tarot to dictate what you do. And energy is fluid. Maybe by the time this happens, I feel like it's going to come in about the second or third week of March. Maybe at that point you decide, you know what, I do want to accept this person and have them back in my life. I don't think most of you are going to do that. I got to be honest. It seems to be like, thank you for the apology. I will think about what you said. And right now I'm getting back to making money. I'm getting back to my financial goals and aspirations. Page of Pentacles to the Four of Wands. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're very dedicated towards your financial stability and this new opportunity that you're no longer leaving on the shelf. Like you're determined to make it tangible. I'm going to take that Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. This is what I want to do. And I'm turning it into money. Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. So regardless of what transpires here between you and this friend, you seem to be very focused on your money. Tell me more about that Page of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Pentacles, clarified by the High Priestess. Nine of Pentacles shows themselves again. And the Seven of Wands. I don't know what this is for you financially, but you are fully engulfed in it, energetically speaking. Tell me more about that Four of Wands. Tell me more about the Four of Wands. This is adding to your financial stability. Now I understand why you're so dedicated to it, even in the month of April. Three of Pentacles, again, working on this. Three of Wands and the Five of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. Two of Cups, the Star card. Gemini, I think you're letting go of someone here. I got to be honest. And look, it could be a friend. It could be a family member. This could be a severance of a contract. Like maybe you are a business owner and you have a contract with a vendor and you're choosing to now work with another vendor. And it looks like in March, you're going to firmly sever the tie with that current vendor. And they're like, we're so sorry. You know, is there anything we can do? Can we offer you? You ever call to like cancel a service? This is the feeling that it's giving me. Like I remember I called Hulu a while ago and I just wanted to, I didn't want to cancel the service. I just wanted to reduce the package because it was way too much money. And I don't, you know, I was paying for the ability to have like 5 or more TVs on at one time. Who the hell in my house is going to have 5 TVs on more? Like at the same time, doesn't make sense. Oh, he's watching one TV, I'm watching another, and then there's the cat. Okay, that would be 3 TVs at the most. Why am I paying for 5, you know? And I remember calling and saying, I don't want to cancel the plan. I just want to reduce the service. I don't really need to be paying for all of this. And that was the feeling, was like, oh, we're so sorry to like see you change your plan. You know, is there anything we can offer you to get you to stay? No, I don't want to pay the extra $30 a month for TVs that are not even on. Like, I don't even own 5 TVs. Why would I pay to have 5 TVs? I don't even have 5 TVs in the house. I don't mean to laugh at the cross watcher, but this is the feeling it's giving me. So you are severing a tie here, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, okay? And the feeling from this person is, well, but is there anything we can do to get you to stay? And Gemini, if you're giving your boss here, like your resignation notice, which I don't see it as the world, you know, there's no world card here, but if that's what you're doing, they're saying, is there anything we can do to get you to stay? And you're like, yeah, I'll think about it, I'll let you know. And then you're already starting to work for the new company. So this just, I don't know. There's something here at play in the Gemini collective where there's something catching your eye, an idea, something new creative, some type of passion project, something that you feel in the long run would be financially beneficial to you. You are wholeheartedly invested in it. You're moving forward. Here comes along this person that you've had some kind of disagreement with, or there was a severance here in the connection, and they're coming in with an apology, and you're like, okay, thanks, I'll think about that. I'm getting back to work now. That's the long and short of the reading here. And again, I don't know who that is to you, but it looks like it's not a full-out rejection, but it's a, I'll get back to you. It's like, thanks, I'll get back to you. Although energetically too, you're like, yeah, it's over. I'm never doing business with them again. Or I'm never talking to them again. That's the feeling. Magician, tell me why the Magician energy is here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Magician is clarified by the 6 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the King of Cups, bottom of deck, 2 of Pentacles. Well, don't you want it all? So you're desiring here to manifest something that you will be victorious with, that will add to your stability, and will make you very emotionally content. So why the 7 of Swords? One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Swords is clarified by the Fool, the 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. That was exactly the feeling I had before, because I don't want to make a mistake. Because the last time I manifested, you know, money or a new job, it didn't work out, right? Like, you know, my membership program, or I manifested a new job, the new job came in, and now I'm contemplating leaving it. So yeah, this is a very financially driven reading here for the Gemini collective, which I'm a bit surprised. So if you're interested in love, maybe you want to check out one of your other placements, like your moon or your Venus, maybe even your rising, if you're a Gemini sun. But I would definitely check out your other placements for love, because this seems to be more geared towards very focused on a new financial opportunity. You have an apology coming in from someone. You're not full out rejecting it, but energetically to you, you know that you're not really interested in engaging with that person. And we just see you moving forward. You're manifesting financial abundance and happiness. But the feeling here is, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right this time. And so whatever that Ace of Wands is that you're turning into a financial opportunity, you're going to go really slow with it. So, meaning you start the new job and you're not like, oh yeah, this is the best place ever. You're like, no, I'm going to keep one eye open here. You know, I'm going to keep an eye on it. So yeah, for some of you, you're leaving a job and you're starting a new job, but you're like, I'm just going to wait and see. Because the last time I was super excited about the company that I, just got hired with, I ended up having to leave them. Right. So that's the feeling that I get here. And if this is anything that you're doing, that you're initiating, like could be like a diet program, although I'm not getting that, but if it is for some of you, diet or exercise regimen, you're starting to see some results here. Be like, I'm going to take it slow, because the last time I started seeing results, I kind of gave up on the program. You know what I mean? I wasn't fully focused on it, and I sabotaged myself in the 7 of Swords and never got the results that I wanted. So again, it's like, yep, I'm seeing some progress here and I'm happy, but I'm going to take it slow. And if you are a Gemini who's a business owner, you have a new creative idea here to create money for yourself, but you're going to really ease into it. You're not rushing into it, because I think the last time you did, you made a mistake. Like me, right? Probably didn't plan it out, and that's okay. That happens. Those are lessons in life. So overall, the Gemini collective is looking good, looking balanced. There's a new financial opportunity here. There's a small apology coming in from someone, and you don't seem to be fully invested in accepting it. Let's get you some oracle cards, and we'll close it out with the kippers and advice. I knew this was a financial reading for you. I'll read the cards to you in a second. I knew it. I have a group of you where you put love on the back burner, whether you're single or partnered. You're all about financial, future focused on your finances. Whether you know, it's just you or you have someone, or maybe you're dating several people. I don't know. This is a very financially focused reading. So I'm quite surprised for a Gemini, but it's good. It's good. Can I get one more? This is all money. I don't know how else to say it. This is all money. Okay, Gemini, you have your top card. You can't make it up. It says clearing debts. And that's what you're doing. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic. You are now making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. It's definitely something here with money. You have hope. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts about yourself at this time. You have devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, once you start with that new job or that new idea or that new creative plan, you seem to be wholeheartedly devoted and invested in it. Although you're moving slowly because you don't want to repeat a mistake from the past. Then you have blackout distractions, and that's what you're doing. Remember I said this person comes in with an apology? You're like, okay, thanks, but I'm getting back to work on this. So you are blocking out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and your working environment by turning off electronics, avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. And then you have Dharma is unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time towards your happiness. We see you doing that with that Knight of Pentacles to the Nine of Cups. I feel like this is financial happiness. And then abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. And then you have sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. So maybe that's just a little message there that maybe you can forgive this person. Again, when someone offers an apology, we don't have to be an automatic no. Sometimes we can accept the apology, but just not accept them back into our life. And for others of you, maybe you want to accept the apology and allow this person back into your life. It'll be up to you. But I think if you're moving forward on this new plan and you're expanding your finances, it's probably good to leave whatever karmic debris you have with this person in the past. Again, whether they're coming along for the ride or not, there might be a need there to just process emotionally what happened and truly choose to forgive. Not for them, but for you, because you don't want that energy to like muddle up what you're working on now. We'll get you some kippers. We have privileged lady. We have occupation. I'm telling you, this feels like a financial reading, without a doubt. I have a Gemini collective here, whether you're masculine or feminine, becoming more financially independent or financially wealthy. 2 cards here for the top row. And the last row. I'm just going to tell you the cards that are here. We have thief and we have occupation. I'm telling you, this is either a new job opportunity, or you're changing up your business model, or you are deciding to learn something new because you know in the future it's going to benefit you financially. And it's like you're going to make it your job to find a job. You're going to make it your job to get, to start that new endeavor or launch something new here. Middle row, you have great fortune is on the side, and then we have the child card, which is like the birth card. I think you are birthing something new. Remember, you're moving towards that Ace of Cups, that Ace of Wands, you're turning it into an Ace of Pentacles. The great fortune isn't there yet. So this isn't like March 1st, you wake up with this idea, March 2nd, you start to work on it, and March 3rd, you're a millionaire. Like, it's not going to work that way. It's going to be a slow process. But you are in the process here of birthing something that's going to create a lot of financial abundance for you in the future. And then you have courtship and you have false person in the reverse. So take this how you want. For some of you, whoever this soulmate is to you, does not have to be a romantic partner. I do think that they're coming back around again with that apology. And like I said, it'll be up to you if you want to welcome them back into your life or not. We have house, we have thoughts, and we have bad health to sudden wealth. I definitely have a group of you where you're like, friends, family, lovers. Yeah, okay. See you in April. Right? See you in April. Right now, all of my thoughts are dedicated to long-term financial success and abundance. I have a group of you where you no longer want to be in financial bad health, and you're coming up with some new ways on how to make money, whether that is learning something new, changing up your current business model, or applying for a new job. Let's get you some advice here. And you are blocking out all distractions. So I'm surprised we didn't see the Hermit card for you, but I get the feeling that a lot of you are going to be buckled down on your finances, working hard on something new here that, like I said, you're launching, learning, expanding, or applying for. I don't think you're going to have a lot of time to, you know what I mean, hang out with people or entertain whoever this person is. This is a very financially focused Gemini collective. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Gemini's got their mind on their money and their money on their mind. 9 of Pentacles. Shut up. This is your advice. The Queen of Pentacles again, and that Devil card. Be careful of overworking. You know, I love Capricorn energy. I love the Devil card when I see it in a career and finance read, because Capricorns, in terms of their finances, now, not every Capricorn, okay, but a high vibrational Capricorn, they set a financial goal and they become ultimate taskmasters. You know, like they succeed, they over succeed. We have a lot of earth energy here. Remember I said I feel like a lot of you are just very much focused on your money. So when I look at the Devil card in that kind of way, it's saying that, yes, what you want, the financial resources that you want, they're there for you. And it will require Saturn, some dedication, some skill, a set schedule, staying very regimented on the schedule. Even if this is a diet, you're making it your job to lose weight. You're making your job to quit a habit. If you make it your job and you stay dedicated, Saturn will reward you. And you will be successful with it. Same thing if this is money related, or again, wanting to find a new job. But the Devil could also be someone who gets so addicted to the idea of success that they get very, you know, they become so distracted. Again, I'm surprised we didn't see the Hermit card, but make sure that you're not overworking yourself in the month of March. I think it's great that you have this new idea, or you're looking for a new job, or maybe you're starting a new job, or you're launching your own business. You're making it your job to create long-term financial wealth for yourself. And your advice is, as long as you stay dedicated and you have a regimented schedule with whatever this is, you will be successful. But if you become too obsessed with it, you're going to become very fatigued, very tired. Because you'll almost be like addicted to success or addicted to materialism. And in that respect, the Devil isn't a good thing. So make sure whatever it is that you're doing, launching, working on here, that you actually enjoy it, okay? Anything else on that Devil card for advice? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Empress, we have the 5 of Wands, and we have the Emperor. Well, look at that, bottom of that Judgment card. Look, you're clearly birthing something new. But again, you're going to start causing a lot of internal conflict within yourself if you don't nurture anything else but this. And I'll use myself as an example. If I were to say, okay, I'm buckling down on tarot and I'm going to sit here at the table 8 hours a day, which is a lot energetically, but okay, let's say that's what I decide to do. 8 hours a day, I'm going to do nothing but record. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to take care of the pets, people, plants, other responsibilities. My house is going to go to crap. I'm going to be exhausted at the end of the 8 hours. This is a huge energetic drain for me. My house won't be getting cleaned. You know what I mean? Spring is coming. The lawn won't get mowed. I will be neglecting other very important responsibilities in my life, and it's going to create chaos and conflict in my life as a result. It could even cause issues between me and my parents, or me and a love partner, or maybe even become an obstacle between me and finding someone new if I become too obsessed with work, like if I were single, which I'm not, but I'm just saying. So too much obsession. A good work ethic is one thing, and that's wonderful, but too much of obsession could bring you into conflict, not only with yourself, but with your other responsibilities. So you're going to have to make a judgment call here, future planning here. Judgment, future planning to that Fool card, to that new beginning, to your Ace of Swords. I love what you're doing here, but just do it in moderation. Make sure that you're making time for other things in your life, and especially to nurture yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get burned out here very quickly. That is what I have for you, Gemini, for the month of March 2026. If you like that message, resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.